Marvel Studios quickly scrambled to delay their entire slate and move everything away from every DCEU film after DC Fandom because they realized their time was up. Or so the internet will have you think, or something, because wars, fanboys, can't enjoy both. You know, the same thing. I get accused of being a DC fanboy just because I'm excited for the Batman over every single upcoming MCU film. So, you know, that's how it goes. But at least Marvel Studios now explains why they delayed everything. But they really didn't. But sort of did, but didn't. So recently, talking about all the delays that have happened, Marvel Studios CCO Kevin Feige was asked if he could address all the delays, the massive shifts in the release schedule, and why all these delays happen, and why the films are shifting so much. And he said, well, let's look back at 2018 to now. How many films have been delayed? How many times have we had to move release dates? What have we had to do to make room? We didn't really delay anything or cancel anything. What we did was, in fact, remove the dates that never had anything set in them that have been sitting there for a while, aka those October dates, for example. And then he said that if you look at every film's release date, all they did was shift it back one slot. The film that was previously coming out in May now comes out in July. The July film goes to November. The November film goes to February. February goes to July, and so forth. So it kind of is an explanation, right? Like, it does make sense. I mean, they just shifted everything back one, and they removed those dates that were there, that were some left over from the Fox acquisition, where it was like, this is a Fox Marvel movie. Then they just changed it to a Marvel movie, and then now it's gone. So, okay. Now again, as they said, this doesn't mean they can't add or take away other films or do more delays. The industry's changing. Again, we got to reflect on what's happened, where we're at now, and what happens next, and what could happen down the road. I mean, how many times did we see the Batman get delayed, or Venom get delayed, right? Or Morbius, or anything really. I mean, it's just commonplace. Spider-Man was delayed multiple times, so not really a surprise here, but I guess the attention is more on Marvel Studios and that they're failing or reactionary because DC Fandom did just happen. And I guess, as the internet will tell you, the MCU's dead because the Batman, I don't know. I don't understand why people can't just enjoy both of these. Why are people like this? Every other time Marvel Studios was facing a challenge like this, they always just overcame and said, screw it, we're just going to do it. And then Batman v Superman didn't make $2 billion as everybody said it would, and Civil War made a lot more. I mean, it doesn't matter in the end who wins, and luckily they're just freeing up room for, you know, other films. People also forget they also delayed Indiana Jones during a part of this. And they said that in future investors' calls, there's going to be more shifting of the schedule. I mean, I'm just going to assume Avatar 2 is moving, right? Along with the next Star Wars film? Because you can't realistically tell me 2 years from now, we got a new Star Wars film coming, and we've heard nothing about it. Are we going to also say that they're also afraid of everybody else? Come on. And realistically, everybody should be afraid of the Batman. So if this thing succeeds, good luck DCEU.